So this is one of those laptops that doesn't really ask you what you need, it just shows up already doing everything. This is the MSI Titan 18HX Dragon Edition, and on paper it reads less like a laptop and more like a spec sheet someone accidentally turned into a real product. Intel Ultra 9 285HX, RTX 5080 graphics, 128GB of RAM, and up to 20TB of total storage when you combine Gen 5 and Gen 4 SSDs. And the first thing you notice, before performance, before benchmarks, before anything else, is the fact that this thing is massive. 18 inches of mini LED display, wrapped in a chassis that feels like it was designed to sit in one place and never move again. But that's kind of the point here. Now when you power it on, what stands out immediately is just how fast everything feels. Not just boot time, not just app launches, but the way the entire system responds. There's no hesitation, no delay. It almost feels like the laptop is already ahead of you. And that's where the Intel Ultra 9 285HX paired with RTX 5080 really starts to show its intent. This isn't just gaming performance. This is simulation workloads, 4K and even 8K video timelines, 3D rendering scenes that would normally bring thinner machines to their knees. You can push it hard, like really hard, and it just keeps going. Gaming is obviously part of the story here, but it almost feels too easy for this machine. High refresh AAA titles, maxed out settings, ray tracing enabled, and it still holds frame rates that make you question whether we've already crossed into desktop replacement territory completely. But the more interesting part isn't what it can do at peak performance. It's how it holds that performance over time. Because a lot of powerful laptops can spike. Very few can sustain. And the Titan is clearly built with that second category in mind. The cooling system is aggressive, loud when it needs to be, but intentional. You're not buying silence here. You're buying consistency. Then there's the display. This 18-inch mini LED panel is one of those screens that makes you stop and reevaluate what laptop display even means anymore. Deep contrast, extremely high brightness, and color accuracy that makes both creative work and entertainment feel noticeably more premium. It's not just sharp, it feels calibrated for everything. Now, of course, all of this power comes with obvious trade-offs. Battery life is not the focus here. Portability is not the focus here. Even subtlety is definitely not the focus here. This is a machine that embraces being overbuilt. Even the storage setup tells you that. Multi-drive configurations with Gen 5 speeds for active projects and massive Gen 4 expansion for archives. It's the kind of system you'd expect in a server rack more than something you can technically still call a laptop. And yet, it is portable. Technically. You can carry it. You can move it. You can use it unplugged for a while if you really need to. But the moment you unplug, you're reminded that this machine is happiest when it's fully unleashed. What's interesting is who this is actually for. Because for most people, this is way beyond necessary. Even for most gamers, it's beyond necessary. But for creators working in heavy production environments, developers running massive builds, or anyone who genuinely needs desktop-level performance in a movable form factor, this starts to make sense. Not because it's practical in the traditional sense, but because it removes limits. And that's really the theme here. This laptop isn't trying to be efficient. It's not trying to be light. It's not trying to be affordable. It's trying to be everything at once, and it almost pulls it off. So the real question isn't whether this is powerful enough. That answer is obvious within 5 minutes of using it. The real question is whether we're entering a phase where this level of performance in a laptop stops being an exception and starts becoming normal. Because if this is where 2026 laptops are headed, the next few years are going to look very different.